Hi guys, my name is Roger, and I'm building a mid-engine supercar in the basement of my home. Let's take a look at what I've been working on this week.
This is the hinge design that I've been working on for the cast aluminum door hinges. You can see here that I've added this plate. Eventually I'll drill 4 holes in this plate, and those holes will be where the door mounts to the hinge. This tab here with a hole in it is where the gas shock will attach to it to open and close the doors easily. This hole here will be reamed out, and it will have an oil light bushing pressed in on both sides, and that will be the pivot for the door hinge. I have this file ready to send off to another YouTuber. He's going to sand cast out of aluminum this one hinge for me. This hinge is for the driver's door. Once I get this file and finish it and verify that it's going to work correctly, then I'll send him the other door, the passenger's door file, to finish. I didn't want to waste his time making a pair of these until I knew for sure this design was going to work. So we're starting with just this one hinge. I've also been working on the car's interior design some more. You've seen some of these pieces in last week's video, but I've been working on all of these pieces trying to finalize the design, or at least get them closer. The subwoofer will mount here in this top area, and the bottom area here will have a phone charger built in. So you just drop the phone down in this pocket and it'll automatically start charging. I also purchased this console here in the center, and I've modeled it so I could get an accurate representation of the size and design this center console around it. I've also been working on this piece here around the gear shifter. I think I'm going to make this piece out of metal and possibly 3D print it. I'm still working on the design and it's not quite finished yet. Once I get this design finished where I like it, then I'll go ahead and start working on the dash and the bezel around the radio and HVAC controls. But this is where I'm at on this, and I have made a mock-up of this console in the car, and I made this to see how the size and shape was going to work in the car actually. So let's go take a look at that. Here's a mock-up I made out of paper for this center console. It's just it's the exact size and shape, but it is has square corners. There's no radiuses or fillets on anything. It's just a mock-up to see that the size and the contours seemed like it was going to work. You can see here I fitted this console that I bought in. The center part will be made around this console. The brake activation switch will mount here somewhere in this area. The start stop button will be mounted somewhere in this area, and then I'll have the metal part that I just showed you on the computer will be here in this area, and this metal part may come on up to here or on back to here a little ways. I haven't decided on that for sure, but this seems to fit pretty nice in here. I'm happy with the shape and the size overall. You can see here I have the radio monitor and the HVAC controls sitting pretty close to where they're going to mount, and all that'll be blended in nicely once it's finished with a trim panel. And haven't decided yet if I'm going to use a gated shifter or like a leather boot like a more modern car has. I like the look of the gated shifters, but I don't think I'm going to be able to put something around this handle to make it trim in and fit and look right with a gated shifter, so I probably will go with a leather boot cover on that. I'm starting to get a collection of things here for the radio. You've seen most of this, but there's a few more parts that came in since the last video. I've also been working on doing some research for software to take the SolidWorks files and write the G code so I can machine the parts on my CNC router. And I think I've narrowed down the software to what I'm going to purchase. I downloaded a free seat of Fusion 360, and I've been playing with that a little bit the last few days trying to learn how it works, and it seems like the learning curve on that won't be too terrible, so I believe that's what I'm going to purchase unless I can download a free student version or a hobby version or something. There is a version that has a few features deleted. I just need to make sure it's nothing deleted that I'm going to need. If the hobby version or student version won't work for me, then I'll just purchase a seat of it. It's not outrageous. I think it was $400 or $500 a year, and 1 year should probably get me all I will need to finish the body of the car. At least I hope so anyway. But I need to get that software purchased and start ordering fiberglass and carbon fiber and resin and a vacuum pump and all the materials needed to start cutting patterns and making parts for this body. That's coming up here in the next few weeks, but I'll try to get some of those purchases made soon so we have those parts here, the products here, and can start at least with a test piece to learn the process, machining, making a pattern, and pulling a part off of it. There's going to be quite a big learning curve for me, but I'm pretty sure I can eventually learn how to do it and start making parts and get these body panels underway here in the near future. But I guess that's going to be about it for this week's video, and I'll see you guys again in 1 or 2 weeks. As soon as I have an update for you, I'll let you know what's going on with the car.